Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So today I'm bringing you a really fun, kind of going second break boards deck. Ancient Warriors, of course. It's probably the best deck out there, other than like pure kaijus that can just break boards fairly easily. But this actually does have a kaiju engine in it, so this might even be better than pure kaijus at just breaking any board. So it's really fun. If you do want any cards that you see in this video, probably the best place is TCG Player. So check the link in the description, and that'll take you right there. So yeah, let's get right into this deck profile. Starting off with our level 4 Ancient Warriors. So actually, you guys have been asking, a few of you have been asking for an update to this because of Fire Formation Tenki getting limited. Which that doesn't really affect the deck too much because as long as you just have one level 4, you really don't need multiple level 4s in your hand. As long as you have one that you can normal summon, you should be okay as long as you have some of the bigger ones. So starting off with level 4s, we have 3 Sun Mu. He's the water one. Basically, he is going to search you in Ancient Warriors if you just send a card from your hand or field to the graveyard. So you can send your face-up spells, Ancient Warrior spells, to get those effects off, to then get his effect off. So really nice. Probably the best one is Virtuous Lu Juan. Now he, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can send a card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and then special summon an Ancient Warriors from your deck. And then when if he's still in the field, when you're declaring an attack with another Ancient Warriors monster you control, you can draw a card. So he's very, very good. And then we played 2 Graceful Zhao Gong. Now this one, you have to target a continuous spell trap you control, send it to the graveyard, and then you can add an Ancient Warriors spell and trap from your deck. And then the last level 4 we play is Ingenious Zhuge Kong. So he is very good. You either want to special summon him off of Lu Juan, because while you control him and Lu Juan, if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can send one face-up Ancient Warriors continuous spell to the graveyard and negate the activation. But otherwise, if he's just added to your hand, so that would be by say Masterful Sun Mu's effect, you can special summon this card, and then when a spell trap is activated, you can just send a face-up Ancient Warriors continuous to the grave, and you can negate that. So with any Ancient Warriors that you add this to your hand, you can special summon it and then negate a spell trap. But if you control Lu Juan and him, you'll be able to negate a monster effect. So he's probably better, obviously, to negate a monster effect, but both ways he is decent. You just don't always want to open him in your hand. Obviously, you want to either add him or special summon him. So that's why we play 1. And then for our big guys, which is the gist of the deck, the power of the deck, and this is by far the best Ancient Warriors card out there. Rebellious Lu Fang, he's absolutely amazing. You have to special summon him by just controlling an Ancient Warriors with the highest attack, which is not too difficult at all. And then during the main phase, it's a quick effect. You can destroy one face-up monster your opponent controls with the highest attack. And then you cannot activate monster effects the turn you activate this effect except Ancient Warriors, which again is not a big deal at all. But yeah, he's really, really good. And then another one that is very helpful, because we're always going second. Your opponent just has to control a monster. You can special summon this from your hand. Your opponent cannot target other Ancient Warriors you control with card effects, so only him. And then if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target a monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So he does literally everything you want him to in a board-breaking deck. And then the other big ones we just play 1 of. Valiant Zhang Di. This allows you to, if you control 2 or more, you can special summon him. And then if your opponent controls more monsters, you can have this card make up to 2 attacks during the battle phase. Ambitious Chowday. If a card your opponent controls is destroyed, you can send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and then you can special summon him out. So that's pretty easy because obviously a lot of these destroy cards that your opponent controls. Then when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon that monster to your field in defense position. So that's pretty cool as well. And then the last one we play is Fearsome Zhangguan. Now this one, if an Ancient Warriors monster battles your opponent's, you can special summon this from your hand, and then that monster your opponent controls loses 1,000 attack. So it's a really nice just attack more card. And then if a card your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can then target a card your opponent controls and destroy it. So he just piles it on basically with destroying stuff. And then a card that goes perfect with all this is Pankratops, because you're going second, just a free summon and free destruction. And then for the Kaijus, we play just 6. We play Gameciel, Kumungus, Godarla, Radian, Doggeran, and Jizukiru. Just 6 different ones. I just wanted, if I did happen to draw 2, I always wanted to be able to just attack over a card my opponent controls. Just to get a little bit of damage on the board. But that is it for the monsters we're playing. Quite a few. That's kind of the deck it is. It's a monster-based deck. And then for our Ancient Warrior spells, we play the best one, which is 3 Visits. Ancient Warrior Saga 3 Visits. Now this one, if you just normal or special summon, you can then search for an Ancient Warriors monster. And then if a card is sent from the Spell and Trap Zone, or if this card is sent from the Spell and Trap Zone to the graveyard, you can special summon an Ancient Warriors from your hand. This basically allows you to search, and then if this is sent, then you can special summon that card that you just searched. So very, very good. The other one that I like to play 3 of is East by South Winds. This one allows you to toss a coin. If it's heads, you send this card to the graveyard. If it's sent to the graveyard, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to any of your Ancient Warriors cards or effects. So that is really good. I like that. And then till the end of the turn, all Ancient Warrior effect monsters gain an effect that if they declare an attack, you can destroy 1 card your opponent controls. So again, this really helps with just breaking boards and allowing all your effects to go through. And then just one of the other ones, 1 Borrowing of Arrows, and then 1 Sunlu Alliance. They do decent enough stuff for you, just not as good as these. And then kind of along the lines of these, I'm playing just 1 Tenki, because that's all you can play. That'll just search any of your level 4 Ancient Warriors. And then Tensu will gain you an additional normal summon of a Beast Warrior type monster. So that comes up every now and then. And then since we're playing Kaijus, playing 3 Kaiju Slumber, 2 again break boards, and then 3 Super Poly. So basically you're able to deal with pretty much any monster card with the Kaijus and Super Poly and Kaiju Slumber. So in addition to these, I wanted to play some spell trap removal. So 3 Twin Twisters and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Just to help you with those back row decks that are very good. So that is it for the main deck. And then for the extra, we're playing 3 of the Ancient Warriors Link. You're never going to make 3 because this is very specific, but we still play it because it is amazing. You have to have 2 Beast Warrior monsters, including a wind type. So that's not too difficult, mostly because of Loyal Guan Yun. He's just a free special summon, and he's a wind type. You got Zhang Dai, and then you got Zhuge Kong and Lu Juan. So you have quite a few wind targets to make this, but it gains you 500 attack and defense for all your Ancient Warriors. And then if this card is link summoned, which obviously it will be, you can add an Ancient Warriors card from your deck to your hand. And then its quick effect is you can just send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard, target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, and return it to the hand. So again, really helps you with that. Just breaking boards, basically. And then also play a Phoenix and Unicorn, again, to just help with getting rid of problematic cards. And then our other rank 4s that we're playing, just Tiger King to search us that 10 key if we want it. Redoer, Tornado Dragon, Dugaris, and Abyss Dweller. Just kind of a toolbox. Just if you happen to get 2 level 4s on board, you can make something that'll potentially help you. And then the rest of the cards are just super polymerization targets. So we have Starving Venom, Dragostapelia, Mud Dragon, Diplexer Chimera, and then Borreload Furious Dragon. This requires 2 Dark Dragons, so it's against certain decks. That'll really help you, like Rocket Dragon deck. This is probably the one you'll use more. But again, Starving Venom is kind of a one that you can use against most decks. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. I got a few of you have been asking about this one, what we would do with Tenki now at 1, and it doesn't change the deck much again, because we don't really need those level 4s as much as we need the higher level ones in our hand. Again, as long as you have 1, you're good. So this is just kind of a really nice card to have, and it was nice to have at 3, but this deck is just fine with just 1 Tenki, and it's still amazing at breaking boards. So it's really cheap, guys. Check it out. TCG Player in the link, and we'll catch you on the next one.